What should have been a proud World Cup moment for England has instead revealed something far darker behind the celebrations. As the Three Lions continue their campaign in the United States, one familiar face in the stands almost did not make the journey at all. Lauren Fryer, the long-term partner of England midfielder Declan Rice, was reportedly so badly affected by vile online abuse that she considered staying at home and watching the tournament on television. Not because she did not want to support Declan, not because she did not care about England, but because stepping back into the spotlight meant risking the same cruel attention that had already driven her away from social media. And now, as England's players chase World Cup glory, this story has become a powerful reminder that the pressure around football does not stop at the final whistle. According to reports, Lauren Fryer traveled to the United States this week to support England during their World Cup campaign. She was among the partners and family members cheering on Thomas Tuchel's squad as the Three Lions looked to build momentum on the biggest stage in football. But behind that public appearance was a much more painful private struggle. Friends reportedly said Lauren had been deeply reluctant to return to such a visible setting after facing disgusting abuse online over her appearance. The trolling, which dates back to late 2023, saw anonymous users target her with cruel remarks and offensive comments about her relationship with Declan Rice. The abuse became so severe that Lauren deleted both her Instagram and X accounts, removing photos and stepping away from the online world almost completely. For someone who has largely stayed out of the public eye, that level of attention was not just uncomfortable, it was devastating. A source claimed Lauren had even thought about remaining at home instead of traveling to the World Cup because she feared being recognized and targeted once again. The source described how badly the abuse had affected her, saying it was a miracle she made it to Boston at all. And that is what makes this story so striking. Lauren is not a player. She is not a pundit. She is not seeking headlines. She is simply there to support someone she has known since they were teenagers. Declan Rice and Lauren Fryer, both 27, have been together since meeting at school in southwest London. They also share a son, Jude, who was born in 2022. As Rice has grown into one of England's most important footballers, Lauren has remained mostly private, appearing only occasionally alongside him. But football's spotlight has a way of reaching far beyond the pitch. When a player becomes a national figure, attention often extends to their families, partners, and children. In Lauren's case, that attention turned toxic. And while England fans are focused on team news, tactics, and World Cup results, this episode shows the human cost that can sit quietly behind the tournament drama. The most emotional detail is that Lauren reportedly did not want to be seen. She did not want to be recognized. She did not want the abuse to start again. But then came the question at the center of the story. If she stayed away, would the trolls win? That is what makes her decision to attend so meaningful. It was not just a trip to watch England. It was a decision to refuse to be pushed completely out of public life by anonymous abuse. Sources close to the couple said the ordeal has been incredibly difficult for both Lauren and Declan. Rice is said to adore her and does everything he can to protect her. For Declan, this is not just noise around a football tournament. This is about his family. This is about the person who has stood beside him since long before the Premier League spotlight, before Arsenal, before England pressure, and before World Cup headlines. And for Lauren, the decision to appear in the United States came after months of staying away from the online spotlight. The timing also matters. Under Thomas Tuchel, England players have reportedly been allowed more access to their families during the tournament, with restrictions eased compared to previous major competitions. That should have made this World Cup feel more supportive for the players and their loved ones. Instead, Lauren's story has exposed how cruel the public reaction can still be, even towards people who are not playing, speaking, or asking for attention. It is a reminder that behind every camera shot of the stands, behind every image of families celebrating, there may be people carrying pressure that viewers never see. And in Lauren's case, that pressure nearly stopped her from showing up at all. So while England's World Cup campaign continues, this story goes beyond football. It is about the damage caused by online abuse. It is about the families caught in the glare of fame. And it is about a woman who almost stayed home because strangers on the internet made supporting her partner feel frightening. Lauren Fryer did make the journey. She did stand by Declan Rice. But the fact that she nearly missed the World Cup because of trolling says everything about the darker side of modern football culture. The players may face pressure on the pitch, but their families can face a different kind of pressure off it, one that is personal, relentless, and often deeply unfair. As England move forward in the tournament, Declan Rice will be focused on performing for his country. But away from the match action, this story has already struck a nerve. Because no one should be abused simply for supporting the person they love. And if there is one message to take from this, it is this: football passion should never become personal cruelty. Lauren Fryer's return to the stands was not just an appearance. It was an act of resilience.